The Michelle Troconis trial day number 8 is now in the bag. So we are going to break down what happened in the trial today. But also, first, I want to make a mention about something exciting happening tomorrow night. We are going to be doing a live. Yes, your host right here, Martin Radner, is going to be doing a live tomorrow at 5 p.m. And we're going to be breaking down the Dan Rashbaum interview. Yeah, Dan Rashbaum, the attorney for Charlie Adelson, and who is now currently representing Donna Adelson, along with another attorney, Alex Morris. So he gave an interview to Surviving the Survivor. We're going to be breaking that down and reacting to it, giving you my analysis on some of the things that he mentioned. A very, very interesting interview. It went for 2 hours. Of course, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to cut out certain clips that I thought were interesting, and we're going to analyze, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And of course, anybody who's watching with me can submit their questions. Also, we'll be able to, hopefully we'll get to a lot of the questions also. So we're looking forward tomorrow, January 24th, Wednesday evening at 5 p.m. Don't miss it. Can't wait to see you there. So let's go into the Michelle Troconis day number 8 of her trial. And a lot of the trial during day number 8 was really authenticating documents and admitting exhibits into evidence. And a lot of times during trials, you'll have stipulations with each other. I mean, the attorneys will have stipulations with each other about what evidence is going to be able to come in, because we don't always want to have to waste everyone's time with just authenticating documents and admitting documents. As we see from today's trial, it can really take up an entire day of trial, and the jury doesn't like it. But you have to do it. It's part of the rules. You have to authenticate documents. Once it's authenticated, then only then can you admit those documents. So many times there's stipulations. A lot of my trials, I stipulate to a lot of the exhibits with the other side, the other attorney. But in this case, apparently, at least for these exhibits, the defense was not agreeing to have these, or stipulating to have these exhibits admitted, and therefore the prosecutor had to go through the entire process of authenticating all of these exhibits. And what these exhibits were, there was an investigator, Kevin Duga, and as we all recall from, if we've been watching up until now, there's been garbage bags that an individual who we assume is FOTUS is dropping throughout the town, throughout Hartford area, definitely in the Albany Avenue area, dropping off these bags in different garbage receptacles. And going throughout town doing this. And Kevin Duga actually retrieved the contents from those garbage bags. And he was testifying about what he found. So it was pretty gory and pretty heart-wrenching. But this is sometimes what you have to do during the trial. So a lot of the different items that he found included, number 1, he found a white t-shirt with blood stains on it. He found zip ties with blood stains on it, which were eventually cut. He also saw a contorted broom handle without the sweeper part attached to it, so just the handle. He found a poncho with blood on it. He found a Vineyard Vine long sleeve shirt covered in blood. He also found a bra, which was covered in blood, and the center of it was slashed or cut. So pretty gruesome there. He also found a razor blade, or what could be also referred to as a box cutter. We're not sure whether it's a razor blade or a box cutter, which also had blood on it and was broken. The blade was actually broken. And there was also some hair on that blade. He also found some clear plastic bags with blood on it, a sponge with blood on it, black gloves with blood on it, black bags with blood on it, a white bath towel with blood on it, paper towel with blood, as we recall from the nanny's testimony that she brought up 12 rolls of paper towel and 10 of them were gone the next day. So here's perhaps some of those paper towels. And then finally, a screwdriver with blood on it. So you can just picture and conjure up in the image of how this murder was carried out. It's probably hard to think about exactly how this was actually carried out. So Kevin Duga essentially spent most of the day just authenticating these documents. And authentication looks something like this. It looks like this. You give the document, or you give the photograph to the witness, and you say, identify what I just gave you. What is it that we're looking at? Or not what we're looking at. What is it that you're looking at? Because the jury's not allowed to see it yet. What is it that you're looking at? And then he'll say, well, this is a picture of whatever it is, a screwdriver. And then you say, did you take that picture? Yes, I did. Does that accurately depict And does it accurately and fairly depict how it looked to you at the time that you took that picture? Yes. Okay. Your Honor, move for the admission of this exhibit. Now it's been authenticated and now can come into in evidence unless there's an objection from the other side. Of course, there are objections because this attorney likes to object. He's trying to protect his client as much as possible, so he's objecting a lot. And he objected a number of times that certain pieces of evidence shouldn't come in for whatever reason. So if you want to just get an education about simply how to admit exhibits and admit evidence into trial, you can go ahead and watch the entire day. That was essentially what most of the day was. But we also got a picture of how this murder was carried out, and it's pretty gruesome and heart-wrenching. And then for the rest of the day was mostly just surveillance. So surveillance about where that Ford Raptor was between 7 p.m. and around 8 p.m. And that was the time when his phone, as you'll recall, his phone was located around the Hartford area, in the Albany Avenue area, in that area. And they also catch him on these different surveillance cameras, some on the bus, some on different establishments that catch this Ford Raptor driving throughout town. So that was really essentially the rest of the testimony of the day, was just different investigators saying what they saw on different surveillance cameras. So that's essentially what day 8 was. You're completely caught up now, and that's it. We're going to be moving on to day 9 tomorrow. But remember, tomorrow night, 5 p.m., January 24th, we're going to be doing a live, taking apart Dan Rashbaum's interview. Can't wait to see you then. If you haven't yet, subscribe, like the video, and we will see you tomorrow night.